Welcome back to Seven Moons Astrology. My name is Sarah Kirby. Today we are talking about the new moon in Gemini. It comes exact on May 30th at about 6:30 in the morning Central Time, but it will inform the events that unfold the entirety of the lunar month ahead. So you can see it in the chart described by the moon and the sun together here at 9 degrees Gemini. This is a new moon when the moon and sun are together from the perspective of Earth. And a new moon in astrology is about a new beginning. It doesn't mean that we are changing everything, but it does mean that we are headed in a slightly new direction. We identify a new story that we want to tell, a new direction that we want to focus our efforts and energy around unfolding. Fresh energy comes in and it plays out over the next 30-day cycle of the moon until the following new moon, which would be in Cancer. And it also plays out over a larger 6-month cycle from the new moon in Gemini all the way until the new moon in Sagittarius, and then the full moon in Gemini later in November, December timeframe. And then the full 12-month cycle until the next new moon in Gemini, springtime next year, is where we'll see the effects of this energy. So most acutely over the next 30 days is what I'll be describing here. So you might experience some of what I'm talking about most acutely right around the period of the new moon. So, this weekend or right around when I'm posting this video. But then take note of what comes up for you over the next 30 days and how it's described by this new moon in Gemini energy. So what is Gemini about? Gemini, ruled by Mercury, is the energy of ideas and communication and projects, collaborating with other people. It's about the mental plane of energy and how we share and connect in that way in society. So it's connected to things like our most immediate community, our neighborhoods, our local shops, towns, malls, places of business, commerce, trade, sales. Merchants is the classical interpretation of Gemini energy because it's about making deals and spreading information and sharing information and things. And Gemini is also about our extended family, our larger community. It's about our education, courses, teaching, ideas that we learn, skills that we build, and how we spread that information onward. It's about travel through our local community, so cars, bikes, trains, planes, short trips, all of those things are related to Gemini, which is why when Mercury goes retrograde, the ruler of Gemini energy, those things are classically affected, right? Oh, your car is going to break down or your projects are going to get interrupted because that's what Gemini rules. Now, Gemini is also about the way that we talk. It's about not taking life so seriously. It's about being curious and open to other perspectives and ways of doing things that are different than what we are already familiar with. It's about short form writing and the stories we tell, the mindset with which we move through life. It's about adapting and shifting to the environment as well. It's a very chameleon-like energy where it's super versatile and can put on any hat for the situation. So, this is a bustling energy of possibility. It's an exciting energy. It's a playful energy. It's a funny energy. It's a stop taking it so seriously and let's just do the damn thing kind of energy, right? So the way that this is going to play out for this new moon is each of us are going to be experiencing some type of new beginning, new story that relates to these topics. And I want to pull in this Aries energy that we have as well too, because we have a deep concentration of Aries energy at this exact new moon point. So, if you're starting new projects, if you're thinking about communicating in new ways, if you're about to sell something new, make a new project, start a podcast, start a YouTube, take a course, learn a new skill. If you are, if you're writing something, studying something, any of those things, buying a new car, these are all Gemini related energies. And how are you going to be feeling about this? Well, you're going to be feeling curious, right? You're going to feel excited. You might feel so overwhelmed with possibility and distractions that it's like there's too many things to do. There's too many options. There's too many things that I'm feeling excited about doing, and I'm jumping between all of them. And this Aries energy here, well, we've got Mars and Jupiter in conjunction within 1 degree in the sign of Aries. Huge explosive amount of Aries energy at this time. this tells me that we're starting a lot of new stuff around this time, because Aries is about initiation. So we might have been ideating about doing a lot, and now it's like, okay, we're going to take action. We're going to move from this plane of all of these ideas that I have, and we're going to start something about it. There's lots of reasons why this is true, I think, in this case. So we just came out of early spring, Pisces energy. We had a huge Pisces stellium going on here where there was a ton of energy in Pisces, especially while Jupiter was still in Pisces. Well, that's about dreams. It's about the ideal vision for the future and what we want to see play out in our lives, what we hope can be possible for us. And Mercury, now this energy, before I go there, has moved on to Aries, where it's no longer just about dreaming and, feeling kind of confused about which option to go, which is very Piscean theme. It's now about choice, decision, action with this Aries energy. And the other reason why this is true is because Mercury, which is the ruler of this new moon, right, in Gemini, has just retrograded back into Taurus, which is about the tangible, real world of value. We want to be doing something of value. We want to focus at the task at hand, and we want to take action about it, right? We don't care what stands in our way anymore, because now with Mars and Jupiter, we have the courage. We have the sort of attraction to the risk, right? We're not afraid to make mistakes. So I think each of us is kind of starting down a new path here that could be related, something to do with this Jupiter energy, which is kind of similar to Gemini energy in the sense that it's about kind of expanding into a new realm, searching for the truth, and growing. We want to grow, and we want something that brings us more prosperity, more adventure in life. So the other thing that this could be about is, of course, communication. And it could show up in the sense that we've sort of learned some shocking information as a result of the previous eclipse cycle with Taurus and Scorpio. Mercury's still in retrograde, and so we're still sort of combing over the past. We're still trying to make sense of what has been unveiled, and we're trying to move forward in a way that feels most appropriate. And the number one priority is to stay aligned to the truth and to tell it like it is. Because Mars is a very direct energy, right? All of this Aries energy is extremely, extremely direct. And conjunct Jupiter, which is by association to Sagittarius, it could also be quite blunt. And Gemini likes to make light of things. It likes to joke about whatever it is that we have to say, because we just don't take it too seriously, right? We don't care about people's feelings anymore. We're out of this Pisces energy where it's no longer about, it's going to be okay. This like caretaking, don't want to offend anybody, need to tiptoe quietly around the sensitivity of all of these subjects. And we're into this Gemini Aries energy, which is just like, say it. Say it plain as day. Follow your impulses, laugh it off. Choose the narrative that you're going to write. That's sort of what this energy is really all about. So if we look at this through the signs now, we'll go through and we'll talk about where is this new beginning for all of the energies. You should listen to your sun, moon, and your rising sign to get the fullest picture of how this is going to play out for you over the next month. So for Aries, the new moon for you is happening in your third house. So this is you studying something new, putting your energy into educating yourself on a topic that you feel really excited about, really passionate about, and something that feels truly aligned for who you are, how you want to represent yourself, the way that you see the world, the way that you like to spend your time. And something that you hope that you can go on to teach is potentially something that you might be focusing your energy on right now. This could also be you developing a course, for one of those topics that you have a lot of education in. This could be very literally you purchasing a new car. This could also be you connecting with your extended family or your neighbors. And because Mercury is in retrograde right now in your second house, you're kind of having to go back and sort of revisit what you value most when it comes to how you communicate with these sorts of people in your environment. Maybe you're talking about making new financial deals together. Maybe you are educating yourself about your financial well-being. There is an element to this that's about learning while doing, so you're just going straight for it, right? You could be putting something together to sell, a course for sale, a product for sale. You could be making new media projects. You could be making business deals of any kind here. Something about this is like, how can I create more value and prosperity in my life while doing the things that matter to me, have great value to me, contribute to my self-esteem, and you're moving full steam ahead with these new endeavors over the next month, 6 months, and 1 year. And you're feeling really excited. You're feeling really lit up about it. This is a positive energy for Aries. So for Taurus, the energy of the new moon in Gemini is happening in your second house. The second house is the house of finances. It's the way that you make money and generate value in the world of your own accord. So this has to do with money, money, money. The new moon in Gemini could have you seeing new opportunities to make money, maybe change the way that you make money. Making money on this side with a lot of creative side hustles is a possibility with Gemini energy. Making money from writing, making money from media projects, making money in a new way. And it could have to do with topics of spirituality or the subconscious mind, because you have that concentration of energy in Aries in the 12th house. But this could also be about learning and educating yourself more about nutrition and food and the way that you nourish your body, and the way that patterns of escapism and things that you need to sort of release and let go of in the subconscious mind can manifest and relate to the way that you nourish your body. So you might be doing more to educate yourself around this topic, or to teach around this topic as well. The second house also has to do with your self-esteem and self-worth. And as Mercury is retrograding back into your first house, you're reconnecting with what is most important to you, so you can identify how you want to create more value and feel confident about yourself, feel good about the direction that you're headed in. And so this is kind of an energy where you might also experience some polarization between like wanting to do and understanding that you need to rest, because 12th house, where you've got that Aries concentration, is much more about taking a time out to reflect, while the second house can be about sort of fixated on getting tasks ahead done. You know, you've got a lot of energy. There's a lot of things that you're starting right now, and you feel really enthusiastic about it. But you could also be experiencing a sense of scatteredness and kind of feeling like you're all over the place. The key to this energy over the next month is just to trust your impulses and tell it like it is. And you'll be able to see some things manifest that you are hoping to when it comes to the value and prosperity that you experience in your life. For Gemini, the new moon is in your house. This is all about a new chapter for your life and who you are. You might be starting new projects related to media or sales. You might be collaborating with other people in your community to share more of what you love, teach more of what you know, and feel really excited about doing things on the fly for fun with a curious, open heart, not taking it too seriously, just laughing about it, just seeing what happens and being open to the possibilities. That's what this energy is about. And there's a lot of motivation right now. There's a lot of energy right now around wanting to connect with more people, wanting to increase your audience, wanting to collaborate more, gain a wider network, socialize more, meet with friends more, and just be out there. This is very social energy, and you're feeling really excited. So lots of Geminis will be starting new chapters now related to, you know, writing projects, media projects, sales projects. You could be starting any or all of those things around this time, and this is going to lead to more opportunities in your community to make a name for yourself in community, and to show up in a way that helps you learn and grow and teach from the activities that you start now around this time. For Cancer, the energy of the new moon in Gemini is happening in your 12th house. This is a hidden energy. So projects that you're starting now related to, you know, writing, related to, you know, communication projects of any sort, well, whether it's, you know, starting a website or selling a product. You're doing something right now where you're hoping to kind of really achieve something different when it comes to your career, your role, your reputation out in the world. But right now, you're sort of doing it behind the scenes. You're sort of building something behind the scenes. You're ideating, you're imagining what's possible for you. You're working on projects kind of quietly as you shift your direction when it comes to what you're known for out in the world. And you really are desiring to sustain this for the long term. And I think you're realizing around this time that the most important part is to let go of the outcome and to clear out any of the patterns of escapism that you have that just aren't good for you and contribute to more chaos in your life. So you could be learning about those things right now. You could be learning about yourself. This is a great time for self-study, studying the subconscious mind, learning about meditation, taking a course related to spirituality or yoga or any of those practices that help you sort of get at that subtle layer of the conscious experience. And this could actually really change for what you're known for out in the world. And you might be embarking on a journey that could eventually lead you to have some type of position of authority when it comes to talking on these topics in a community, when it comes to teaching these topics out in the world. And so this is a really hopeful time for Cancer. For Leo, the energy of the new moon in Gemini is happening in your 11th house. This is a supercharged energy when it comes to connecting with your community, socializing with your friend groups, meeting new groups that you feel aligned with. This is about finding your tribe. This is about exploring and learning in a group together, connecting with people who have similar ideas, exchanging ideas, learning together. You've got that concentration of Mars and Jupiter energy in Aries in the 9th house. So to me, this is really giving me energy related to kind of topics of education, because that's really also what the 9th house is about. So you are collaborating with people where you can start new projects together related to, common ideas that you share, a message that you want to get out into the world, something that you're studying that's of important value for you and kind of informs the philosophy that you see under which you see the world. So this is, an energy where you're just feeling super optimistic about what the future can hold and really social and ready to connect with all different types of people and network and put yourself out there. And you're no longer really afraid to make mistakes. You're just ready to do it. Mercury's retrograding into your 10th house. And this is also an energy where it's time to revisit, what do you want your career to look like? And how can these new energies coming in sort of inform what you're known for out in the world? This could also be a time in which you're taking a lot of trips, maybe a quick trip here and there, something related to, travel that supports your career or education is highly likely right now. And groups where you've got a like-minded way of seeing the world, where you can kind of compare philosophies and at the same time sort of know that there is this subtle energy of wanting to kind of win out against the competition when it comes to your pursuits of the mind. That's what this energy is all about. So for Virgo, this energy is happening in your 10th house of career, public reputation. And this is a great energy for moving in a new direction when it comes to your career and roll out in the world. So this might be you dedicating your energy towards studying something new that is going to evolve your career in the direction that you want it to go. This could be about teaching, assuming more of a teaching role in your work out in the world. It's a new chapter for what you do, and will require you to communicate more about what you know, what you believe to be true, and what you've learned along the way. This could be also energy related to, having a lot of motivation to resolve debt, having a lot of energy to a motivation to invest in something, invest in yourself, invest together with a partner. This is a time period where you will be starting a lot of projects that you might have to work with other people to get it done, right? You might need to ask for support, whether it's financial or emotional, to make that happen, because you've got that Mars-Jupiter conjunction happening in your 8th house right now. Either way, this is an energy that's going to require you to look seriously at the commitments you're making with Mercury retrograding into your 9th house. This is about your long-term vision and what you want to see come out of here. And I think as long as you concentrate on what you value and then remember not to take life too seriously and understand that mistakes will be made along the way, this energy will really benefit you. So for Libra, this energy of the new moon in Gemini is concentrated into your 9th house. The 9th house has to do with education, big commitments. It has to do with law. It has to do with ethics, morals, beliefs, spirituality. It also has to do with travel and foreign affairs. And, this is an energy of searching for the truth. So you might be starting a new chapter where you're studying something really important to you, moving on to teach out in the world something that is something that you know quite a bit about. This could be starting a new chapter when it comes to redefining what you believe and feeling really curious now about other systems of belief, other philosophies about how the world works. You could be embarking on making a new commitment right now that's really important, especially because there's a lot of energy concentrated into your 7th house with the Mars and Jupiter conjunction in Aries. So there's a lot of motivation to really succeed when it comes to doing something together with a partner that may relate to this energy right now. So this could be, really wanting to just grow and expand and evolve and play together and not take life too seriously when it comes to making a personal commitment to another person. And this could also have to do with, maybe you are starting a new chapter that involves, moving somewhere very far away with a partner. This could be about, even moving countries or taking a big trip in a partnership. This could be about collaborating in a business sense to teach something, share something. This could also be about lawsuits, actually, over agreements that have been made or have not been made. There's a lot of energy that's returning to your 8th house right now. So for some people, this could come up in the form of like trying to get things situated in terms of like alimony and splitting joint finances. Those things are possible now. For Scorpio, the new moon in Gemini is happening in your 8th house. This is a house having to do with joint finances, investments, debt, inheritances, fines, taxes, fees, and it also has to do with topics that are taboo, occult, astrology, sex, people and topics, that we tend to kind of keep secret is what the 8th house has to do with. So when you've got a new moon in Gemini here, it means that you might be embarking on studies, taking interest or feeling curious about some of those taboo topics and kind of rescheduling your routine in order to make space for these studies and to have more time to learn more about these things that you're interested in. This could also be a time in which you're investing in the future related to your health or your work and, starting a new chapter when it comes to making business deals related to, what is your debt situation look like and solving it so that you can move forward with more abundance and prosperity. And you've got a lot of energy around that right now. This could be about collaborating with people or another partner to kind of share your financial picture in a way that is going to be mutually beneficial and sort of educating yourself about those things right now. It's a time where you'll probably be feeling really, really busy, but I think that there's a lot of enthusiasm around what you're doing. There's a lot of opportunities that are opening up for you. So even if you're busy and you're feeling like you're jumping from one thing to the next, this is a time where you could see a lot of success when it comes to getting yourself in a better financial picture, especially when it has to do with a partner. So for Sagittarius, the new moon in Gemini is happening in your 7th house. This is the house of partnerships. You're beginning a new chapter when it comes to you and another person one-on-one. This could be a very close friendship that you have. It could be a business partner. And most traditionally, it's a romantic relationship, sort of a longer-term romantic relationship or marriage. And so with a new moon in Gemini here, this is a time in which if you're partnered, you're beginning a new chapter, a new story, a period in time in which you're welcoming fresh energy to kind of rewrite the way that relationships typically go for you. If you're single, this could be a time in which over the next month a partner comes for you, especially because you've got that Jupiter-Mars conjunction happening in the 5th house, and this can feel like a really exciting, romantic, pleasurable energy where you're feeling authentic, you're feeling magnetic, you're feeling excited, you're feeling hopeful and opportunistic and optimistic. And so it sort of attracts and magnetizes people towards you. And you've got a lot of energy in those houses right now that could suggest a partner coming in over the next month. This could also be an energy where, you are just ready to open your horizons when it comes to partnership. And so as this relates to, the Venus having recently come square to Pluto after being in the sign of Aries, this could be, you're fresh out of a breakup and you're ready to start a new chapter when it comes to relationships. Either way, this is a really exciting time. It's an energy that is really positive and hopeful when it comes to writing a new story in partnership. It could also be related to a partnership coming in for business. You've got a lot of energy concentrated in your 6th house as well, which means you could be collaborating on new projects in partnership with another person this month, especially if it has to do with Gemini topics or themes related to, media, communications projects, those sorts of things, business deals and trade and commerce. All of those things can come up right now. This can also be an energy where you're really excited about a new chapter in partnership and you're having to kind of check your schedule and redefine your priorities and make sure that you have enough time in your day for all of the things that are important to you, including your health, because you've got Mercury retrograding into the 6th house. So it's a chapter of how do you establish balance in your schedule now that you've got this new person, this new relationship, this new agreement moving forward. For Capricorn, this is the new moon in Gemini in your 6th house. This is a beautiful positive energy for starting a new chapter when it comes to your health or fitness or routines that you have to nourish and take care of yourself. This is about learning more and exploring new ways that you never thought you might have when it comes to taking care of yourself, different ways of taking care of yourself that maybe aren't so traditional because you're feeling really open-minded and needing to try something new when it comes to your health or fitness routine. You could be exploring your community for different health clubs, finding new stores that are going to give you the supplements that are things that you're looking for right now with this energy in the 6th house. This is also an energy related to work projects and collaboration in teams. So you might be starting new big communication projects, new proposals, new plans to advertise. Those are things that are very common when it comes to the 6th house, and just collaborating more in a business sense. You've got that Mars and Jupiter conjunction in your 4th house. So a lot of these changes could be motivated by energy and motivation that you've got around making an important move when it comes to your family, sort of uprooting, changing where you live or how you do things. Acquiring new property could come up here if you are, making a lot of deals, signing a lot of contracts. That is another energy that can happen when you've got that new moon in the 6th house combined with this energy happening in your 4th house of home, family, and property. Either way, your home is feeling more energetic around this time. You might have more people in your house. You might have more family that are coming to stay with you temporarily and having to switch your routine around. All of this change that's happening in your home around this time too. That's another way that this new moon could play out. For Aquarius, the new moon in Gemini is happening in your 5th house. This is a beautiful energy because it makes a trine to your ascendant, sun, or moon, where you're going to be feeling a lot more authentic, a lot more joyous. Your creativity is going to feel on fire again. You've got the spark in you over the next month, something that's going to help life feel much more romantic, right? Just seeing the beauty in all things, feeling really optimistic, feeling really excited. You could be starting new projects that are purely from a place of passion, right? These are passion projects that, this is your baby. This thing that you're working on is like your baby. So it can feel really exciting to, share information, share what you know, learn more, studying something because you're passionate about it. Those are all things that are happening when you've got a new moon in Gemini in the 5th house. This could also have to do with children. So this could be a new chapter related to children if you're trying to have a child, or if you are having, you're working with kids more. Kids are around you, you're visiting family, or you're babysitting more, kids staying with you. This is an energy that rules children as well. So there might be, finding that spark for life again because you're seeing life through children's eyes. This is also a time period where you've got a lot of concentration of energy in your 3rd house with the Jupiter and Mars conjunction. So this could be about, reconnecting with family, extended family, exploring your community, going back to your roots, learning more about the past and where you came from, and discovering the beauty of your life through that lens. So, this is a time period also in which, new romance could also be on the horizon. And it's a beautiful time over the next month for Aquarius. For Pisces, the energy of the new moon in Gemini is happening in your 4th house. This is a new chapter for your home. This is a new chapter for your family. You might be moving, finding a new place to stay, relocating for a while, whether permanently or temporarily. This is related to, a new story that's being written when it comes to your family. So you could be acquiring a property, you could be welcoming some more people into your family, changing where you live. Any or all of those things are possible right now. You could also be learning a lot more about your ancestry. This could be a period in time where you feel really energized and excited about researching your past lineage and learning more about your heritage. That's also a possibility right now. You've got a lot of energy concentrated in your second house with the Jupiter-Mars conjunction. In the second house is how you make money. It's your self-esteem. It's things of value. You might be reevaluating your possessions around this time, sort of clearing out the clutter, getting ready to just bring in fresh energy. You could be feeling really motivated and focused on how to create more abundance and wealth, change the way that you make money, wanting to put yourself out there again in that regard, but needing to do so from, a new frame of reference when it comes to your inner sense of security, because that new moon in Gemini also has to do with where you get your sense of security. So if, home is all over the place, home can really be found deep inside your stable center. And from that place, you can create abundance all around you. And that's what this new moon in Gemini energy is about for you, Pisces. So that's what I got for you. I'm going to have written forecasts that are really cool. I really am excited about these ones. They channeled out really quickly and they were in like short form sentences, which I think is fitting for the Jupiter and Mars energy in Aries, because that's about short, quick, and to the point. And so I think you'll enjoy those. Check my Instagram out for those later this week. I really think that this is a positive energy. The eclipse point with here we've got Uranus and Mercury and the North Node with the eclipse point. The story of what unfolded with the eclipses that we just had, it's not quite over. And we're going to see more of that play out when we get to the Sagittarius full moon in 2 weeks, which activates this eclipse point pretty strongly. And so, to me, what this new moon period is all about is like, okay, what's done is done. The past is the past. We've accepted the reality. Some shocking truth came out. Some challenging things were revealed. We've sort of had a whole rebirth experience since then, right? And so this new moon is about stepping forward into a fresh energy. It's about feeling alive again. It's about feeling ready to write our own story in a new way and leave the past in the past, learning the things we need to learn in order to go out there and not being so afraid anymore, making decisive choice, following our impulses, doing it with an open, curious heart, and feeling excited about it because we're just not taking it too seriously. And so this is a really positive time, I think, and I hope you'll enjoy this one. How is this energy expressing for you? I'd love to hear. Leave me a comment below. Thank you for watching With Energy.